What is going on, my beautiful people? How are you? Another day in Bill's paradise. Welcome in Cold Front Mountain. It's going to be quick. Not going to say it's going to take forever, but I want to get through these topics and get all of your feedback. And then what I'd love to do is actually jump into a mock consisted of and how they ended up. I would love nothing better than to do it with you. We can literally go through a mock draft together and see how it all goes and who we actually would have picked or are picking. Let me know, first of all, if there's any type of delay here. Using a little bit different piece of some software to try to help with some of these on the screen. So if it's not working, please tell me right away. Will you? And I'll just get rid of it and we'll continue like we've always done. I didn't much of a background here or spot sure that it works, but I want to make sure that it does. And if it does, we go. If it doesn't, we'll just eliminate it and continue like we hanging out. You can see Stephen DeLeon has already told us. Let me know where you're coming from. I appreciate all of you. And if you have not, and if you're not already, please like the video and subscribe to the video. Follow along on TikTok as well. I will say, I'll mention this numerous times throughout the video so everybody realizes and knows. Once we reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, which I'm hoping is going to happen relatively soon here, we are going to be giving a jersey away. Right, we're going to give a jersey away, and what my idea is to give whatever lucky fan is randomly drawn would like between the new additions of Buffalo Bills for season. So whether it's the D. Alfords of the world or the okay, I can see I'm lagging here. All right, I might have to get rid of this then. It's not quite working the way that I'd like it to. Is that working, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen, are we good? Are we good on the YouTube side of things? Please let me know. But everybody here, Shannon, Ricky White says, go Dallas Cowboys. Hey, good for you. Yeah, go Cowboys. You guys have had a relatively decent offseason. I got to give it to you. God bless you. Not saying that it's going to work out for you because I don't think that it will, although a lot of people do. And as of yesterday, we realized that quite a few people actually picking the Dallas Cowboys to win that division, which, you know, good for you. That would be excellent for the Cowboys. All right, that said, let's get back into what we were talking about. I thought I had this software worked out, but it's not quite. I might not even have a strong enough computer to go through it all. Shannon says, how are we feeling about Ryan Vandermark? Well, it appears, I just posted on X here. This is what I feel. I'll show you. This is what I feel about Ryan Vandermark. So it appears that Tom Parrott, well, Tom Pelissero definitely did tweet out about 40 minutes ago that the Buffalo Bills will not be matching the offer sheet that Ryan Vandermark was given by the Vikings. So he received 1 year or $1 year, $4.2 million fully guaranteed contract, which is quite good for him. The Buffalo Bills had up until, I believe, Monday, actually, so they cut this a little short, or they made the decision quicker than they had to decide whether or not they wanted to match that offer. He was restricted free agent. They gave him, I think, $3.5 million for the 1 year. Vikings gave him 4.2. The Bills had then the opportunity to match that 4.2 if they wanted to and keep him on the roster. However, it doesn't seem that had worked out, or that they just simply did not want the extra $700,000. So clearly, to them, the extra $700,000 is not worth it to the Buffalo Bills. Can't say I disagree or agree necessarily. I think if it comes down to $700,000, though, I will say that I would have probably went in the direction of keeping him aboard for $700,000. I don't know that it makes all the most, that much sense in the world to just let him walk after $700,000. But they have a plan. They must extremely trust Alec Anderson and then the Van Grangers of the world and Grabels of the world to do what they need him and them to do. So that said, it's not, obviously it's not up to me, but it is their decision and they've made it. So we will not see Ryan Vandermark. He's going to Minnesota. So to answer your question, Shannon, I guess I probably would have kept him around for the $700,000. That's just my take, my gut, but they did not feel the same. So therefore, we will move on and we'll see what we can come up with as an organization to fill that void and make sure that we don't have any issues down the road. You know what I mean? That's the biggest issue to me is I want to make sure that there's no holes that $700,000 are going to create, I guess is my point, which would not feel all warm and fuzzy to me. So on to the next, and we'll see what they have to say. We'll see what they're going to do about it, and we'll continue to move. So before we had these technical difficulties, I had a little ticker type thing up on the right-hand side of the screen that told you guys what I wanted to get through and go over today. Number one was the offseason highlights, what has happened thus far for the Buffalo Bills, kind of recap those and go through each one of those. Then we want to give Brandon Beane a grade thus far, which we will do through the entire offseason. Again, up until this point, it's nowhere near over, but I feel that enough has happened that a good recap is probably in play for right now. And then we're hitting who is primed, in your opinion, in my opinion, to have the best 2026-27 season as a Buffalo Bill. Not only just newcomers, but anyone on the Buffalo Bills who is primed and set up with potentially the coaching staff moves or the free agent moves, the releases, who is set up to have the best season or a great season for the Buffalo Bills after what has happened thus far. So, and then we're going to get into one extra thing here, which is I want to go through a mock draft with you guys. We'll do maybe 3 or 4 rounds. Do it together. We're going to label this Cold Fronts Mock Draft 1.0. I have done many. I will tell you that. However, I have not done anything live necessarily, and I want to get going through one to see who you think and who I feel we would the Bills would pick in a particular AI-driven circumstance, meaning a random draw, not necessarily random, but a drawing of who's picking who and what would be available to the Bills at any said pick that they have. So if you didn't hear it, I'm telling you this again because we had some issues just a few minutes ago. If you did not hear what I had said, we have right now 287 subscribers, okay? And what I need to do is I need to get to, well, what I want to do is first get to 500 and then really get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and probably 5,000 or so on TikTok. And when we get to the 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, we will be giving away a jersey. I will find out or pick a random subscriber when that happens and send a jersey to them of their choice as long as it's in. Okay, as long as it is one of the players that has been signed during the offseason or traded for during the offseason. Going to get somebody new, some fresh blood in the organization, and we're going to get a jersey as so long as it's available out there as of when that moment happens, and we're going to let that rip. So please, if you're not yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel immediately and help me out. We're really, really catching some steam here, and it's been a lot of fun. And then TikTok, of course, give me a follow over there and continue. But you must be followed or a subscriber in YouTube in order to get that jersey giveaway as soon as we hit that number. And that'll be continuing on. I'm going to continue to say it and follow it. And once we hit it, we'll be good to go, folks. So, again, let's get back into the topics at hand. First things first, off-season highlights. We have it started off, right, a couple of weeks ago. First thing that we had. Are we good? Boys, I just got another thing. Just got another note saying that we had we were frozen again. I hope you can hear me and see me, and goodness gracious, if there's another freaking technical glitch, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Somebody just let me know on YouTube here that we're good to go. TikTok, I think, is fine because that's on a different platform. I'm using my phone for that. While we're waiting for that response, John Bird, appreciate the follow. Vandermark got worked then when subbing for Spencer wasn't worth 4.2. Fortunato said, I don't know if that he got absolutely worked. I think as a depth piece, he's actually pretty dang good. That said, they clearly did not think 4.2 was good enough. But here's the difference. I don't really look at it as 4.2 million for Ryan Vandermark. I look at it as 700,000 because they were at 3.5 for their tendered offer. So only 700,000 away. So I would have actually kind of liked to give him the extra 700 if you're going to give him 3.5 already is kind of my point. But now they get all 3.5 that they did commit to back into the salary cap for funds available to spend. Harry T. Smith, show DJ a lot of love for us, please. Who is DJ? Don't know who DJ is. Historic offense. I think you're talking about DJ Moore, but I'm not sure. I think that's what you're getting at. John Burr, I hope so. I'll be watching the Bills a lot this year. T. Smith, good. Yes. Same. Go Pat, Zach says. Yes. Okay. Tell DJ Moore I said thank you, Duck said. Dre, it's a flock nation, bro. Well, I appreciate you coming in here, Dre. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Never been so excited about the Bears football, obviously, due to the past few years. When you say we, who do you work? Do you work for the Bills user? Hell of a question. Happy Friday, Duck. Happy Friday. He got destroyed over and over. Watch those reps. I do watch film, absolutely. And it was for a depth piece. It was a hell of a lot better than Spencer Brown would have been without being able to move his shoulder whatsoever. Who's the Bills' latest signing? And if you think that he's that bad, I don't think that any NFL football team would be wanting to pay him $4.2 million. But you obviously, we all have our own opinions, and you're certainly open to having yours. And that's why we do this. We'll talk through it. I wouldn't mind seeing Milano and Shaq back. Both can still minimally or play and minimally serve as depth. Listen, it looks like they're both coming back at this moment, if I got to be honest. Bills Mafia. What's up, Chris? Bills Mafia, baby. How your day? Well, my day is good. How are you? Thank you. User, whatever, 9999, who do you work for? Obviously, I don't work for the Bills. I would have said that, and I probably wouldn't be doing this. When I say we, just like almost every other fan of any team on the planet Earth, they say we. So if you don't like it, don't listen. All good with me, man. Okay, now we're back. Where are we cap-wise, and how much money do we have to spend? Well, that's a good question because that 3.5 now is in our favor that Ryan Vandermark is no longer getting. So right now, as it sets, we're roughly $10 million under the cap. $10 million of cap space. Boo about Van G. You don't like him? That's my question. I mean, that's my assumption, Spidey. Ethan says, today's my 23rd birthday, so thought I'd hang out with y'all for a bit before doing things this evening. Hey, man. Ethan, happy freaking birthday, brother. Happy birthday to you. Appreciate all the support. You've been here for a very long time, and I appreciate you, man, and I hope you have a phenomenal birthday. Don't get too crazy tonight. Don't get yourself in trouble, all right? I think we're too far away to bail you out of jail, so don't allow that to happen. But enjoy the hell out of your 23rd, my friend. Thanks for hanging in with us on your birthday, too, first of all. Appreciate that. Your audio was fine. Happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you, Spidey. Stephen DeLeon says, Chicago Bears fans got it rough. They don't even have a team in their own state anymore. Yeah, right. They're moving out, huh? Moving out, baby. Dave from X says, Bobby Okereke plays. I wouldn't mind him or the Christian Wilkerson thing, although wasn't it Wilkerson that I just read today actually had some situation, some instance that no one in the NFL wants to even touch it with a 100-foot pole? Didn't I read that somewhere? I don't know, but remind me of that, please, Dave. Ethan, thank you, Cole, for absolutely, brother. Really, I hope you have a great day. And the fact that you're hanging out with us for a little bit on your birthday is really, really cool. So I appreciate you. The Trek reviewer, how are you, Trek? Damn, 23. I wish I was 23 again. Well, you and me both. That would be nice. No doubt that would be nice. Absolutely. Okay, let's get back into it. The moves that the Buffalo Bills have made thus far, starting a few weeks ago. Well, first of all, I'm going to back up. So let's get back to when the clock ticked zero. Or clicked zero, whatever you want to call it, in Denver in the divisional round. Now we know, looking back, what happened was that game had finished, and Terry Pegula, along with Brandon Beane, had made their way into the locker room after that game. And clearly, Terry Pegula saw something that he was not a fan of. He saw a lot of emotions. He saw Josh Allen crying. He saw Deion Dawkins then crying. He saw who else was emotional? I think Brandon Cooks was crying. He saw many, many players in that organization and on that football team respond in a way that apparently he has not seen, at least in his time with the Buffalo Bills, and certainly within the last 6 or 7 years. So without knowing that at the time, that clearly resonated with Terry Pegula, and not necessarily in a positive manner, but in a way that created him to take an action that I don't know that anybody actually truthfully saw coming, although his name had been out there for years. Just following that, the Buffalo Bills, as a franchise, decided to fire their head coach, Sean McDermott. It was quite a shock. To me, I was shocked. Not necessarily surprised, but I was somewhat shocked. Didn't know that they were going to do that. Didn't think that they would, quite honestly. I actually am on record saying that even though I may even agree with the move potentially, I just didn't think that if I had to bet, I didn't think that the Pegula and the Beans of the world would actually do that. So again, it's not me saying that they shouldn't have, but it's me thinking that they probably would not have. T. Smith, appreciate it, T. Smith. That said, they did. McDermott was let go. And after a couple of weeks of what seemed to be strenuous interviewing, a lot of reports saying who's the front runner, Kalshi and the betting sites going absolutely nuts. Who's the front runner, who's the favorites, the favorite to take the job and land the job and get hired and so on and so forth. Then the Bills decided to stay in-house with multiple names out there that multiple people were calling for and begging for, thinking it'd be great fits, this, that, and the other thing. Their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, gets hired as the new head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Just for lack of time, I'm going to cut this down a little bit, obviously. They had a big press conference after that decision was made, introducing him as a head coach. And this is when we actually found out that Terry Pegula, so he says, fired his head coach and then hired his offensive coordinator as a head coach because he says, these are his words, I'm not quoting, but I'm paraphrasing. He says that he decided minutes after that loss, once he entered that locker room, that he would be firing the head coach due to the reactions of the players, due to the emotions, and the number one player in that organization for a decade and will probably be as influential on the western part of New York and, quite frankly, the entire state of New York possibly ever when it comes to a football team and the Buffalo Bills in Josh Allen. He's never seen that out of him, and he was moved in a way that he said, we have to do this, and we have to do this now because we can no longer wait for what we now feel, or he now felt, was the inevitable scenario of continuing to make the playoffs and never making it to the big game, let alone winning it. That's what he said his reasoning was. And then, of course, during that same presser, the introduction of Joe Brady, the hot topic of Keon Coleman came up multiple times, in which Terry Pegula basically told us, in, for lack of better terms, that the decision to draft Keon Coleman was not even that of Brandon Beanes, although he backed the decision, but it was the coaching staff that was really pushing for Keon Coleman, and that it was not Brandon Beane, because Brandon Beane, mind you, when Joe Brady was elevated and given the opportunity to run the team as a head coach, Brandon Beane was also promoted from general manager to the vice president of football operations, or the president of football operations. So not only is he running as a GM, he's also running as the I can do whatever the hell I want now, and I have no one to talk to even more so than Terry Pegula. That was also a lot of turmoil being created because people didn't think that that was anywhere close to being necessary. It caused a divide in Buffalo Bills world into the Bills Mafia. There were those that said that Brandon Beane is the problem, that the personnel was never up to snuff, and that Josh Allen had no help, and he was giving nothing to work with, and that the defense, with the exception of a few years back, has been pretty shitty and let him down, and that he can't win games when he gives up 30-plus points a game every game in the playoffs. And then the other side of Bills Mafia was Brandon Beane has created good personnel. Brandon Beane is actually, down to the numbers, drafted very well and done well in the offseason and offseason signings. And the fact that McDermott carried more weight than every one of us actually thought, which he pushed his narrative and shoved his weight around with the culture thing and who he wanted as the personnel, who to draft, who to sign, what type of defensive players that he wanted on his team because his defensive scheme, and so on and so forth. And no one really knew. The firing and then the hiring and the promotion of Brandon Beane kind of told me, at least, that Sean McDermott had his way in terms of decision-making in that organization, unless Terry Pegula just wanted to make a statement to take pressure off of Brandon Beane, and he just completely lied to us, which I guess is possible, but I guess we'll never know, right? It seemed to me as if it was abundantly clear that Sean McDermott had his way around that organization, and that a lot of these decisions were actually his while, during his tenure there. So we'll fast forward a little bit, and then the offseason comes. After the fact that the Buffalo Bills hired their new offensive coordinator to replace Joe Brady in that of Pete Carmichael Jr., and they finally hired their defensive coordinator, the secondary pass coordinator defensively for the Denver Broncos as well, in Jim Leonhard. Jim Leonhard has some time in Buffalo as a player in the NFL years ago. Pete Carmichael Jr. coached with Joe Brady when Joe Brady was on that staff in New Orleans. So a lot of ties, a lot of comfortability with who was being hired as the coaching staff, the assistant coaches. Then we get into all of, basically they cleaned house for the most part. They almost replaced every single waking coach on the Buffalo Bills roster. Okay. Run game coordinator, Rob Boris. Offensive line coach, Austin Gunn, after the retirement. Quarterbacks coach, Bo Hardegree. Pass game specialist, Mark Lubick. Wide receivers coach, DJ Magnus. Offensive line coach, Pat Meyer. Running back coach, Kelly Skipper. And a hot button throughout the offseason was wide receiver coach, Drew Terrell. And then at the defensive side of the ball, you have Bobby April III as outside linebacker coach, Joe Dana secondary, John Igorogua. I can never pronounce that name properly. My apologies. Inside linebacker coach, Terrence Jameson, D-line, Jason Rebovich, senior defensive assistant, Craig Robertson, defensive quality control. Jay Valai was also another hot topic, the cornerbacks coach, and then Alvin Vaughn is defensive assistant. And then, of course, we have our special teams coach, Turner West, also. So all of these positions were also replaced or changed during the offseason. This is before any kind of personnel on the football field had happened. No changes have happened with anybody on the football field prior to all this that we're speaking about. So if we're going to recap really quick, head coach gone and replaced. Offensive and defensive coordinator gone and replaced. 12 individual positional coaches gone and replaced. Special teams coach replaced. Like damn near a brand new coaching staff in the Buffalo Bills organization before they changed a single player on that roster. So what happened next? The biggest move in the offseason up to this date was a mini blockbuster in DJ Moore coming to the Buffalo Bills from the Chicago Bears. The Buffalo Bills gave up a second-round draft pick for DJ Moore and a fifth-round draft pick. A lot of who won, every trade you ever see is who won that trade, which team made out better. My take from the beginning is that the Bills did a phenomenal job in that trade. I don't want to say they won the trade. Again, quite honestly, I don't care who won the trade, but did it work for the Bills? And my answer is absolutely. Yes, it did. It 100% worked out for the Bills. DJ Moore, if you watch film with DJ Moore, is a wide receiver one. I don't care what anybody says. He's absolutely a wide receiver one in a crowded locker room in Chicago, hence the reason that they felt comfortable leaving or letting him go. He lines up all over the field, outside slot, tight, in the backfield even. His route tree, intermediate, short, even screen passes. It's all there. The man has a legitimate route tree, and he breaks his routes off very strong. He has extremely strong hands. He can catch in traffic. He's a strong specimen. He's not the biggest guy on the planet, but he's only 6 feet tall. But in that 6 foot frame is packed of 213 pounds of solidness. Okay, so he's not a small guy. He's not a Khalil Shakir. All right, he's a strong, solid dude with some top end speed as well. He still is a deep threat. He's not the Alec Pierce. He's not the Hollywood Brown necessarily, but he has so much more in his repertoire than the deep-only guys that I'm extremely excited about that sign or about that trade. Okay? But the Bills did it. And then after that, when free agency starts, we sign D. Alford, nickel corner out of Atlanta. Then we sign Geno Stone, safety out of Cincinnati. And then we sign Bradley Chubb, edge/outside linebacker out of Miami. Forgive me if I'm chronologically wrong here with some of these, but this is encapsulating everybody that we have signed. So the fact that now in the middle of all this, we actually traded. We thought we were going to release Taron Johnson, which originally the reports came out that he was being released. He was a free agent. He was going to be released. No, he wasn't a free agent. They were just going to release him and take on the $9.5 million dead cap hit. But then I think a day later, it turned out that we were able to actually trade him for a pick swap from a 7th-round to a 6th-round. So him and the 7th went to Las Vegas, and the 6th came to Buffalo. Still the same dead cap hit, which is $9.5 million. But that said, we moved up a slot in the draft, which is obviously much better than just releasing a player. Clearly, no one can argue that. So we also had an issue where we thought that there was no way in hell the Buffalo Bills would be able to keep their offensive line intact. The two free agents on that offensive line were center Connor McGovern and left guard David Edwards. Connor McGovern, there was a report that came out that said he hadn't heard from the Bills at all, ever, not even a little bit, and he assumed that to be no one. He thought it was nothing. He thought the Bills were just going to let him walk and not even give him an offer to try to re-sign him, and that's how he took them not reaching out to him or speaking to him. But that said, literally within, I think, 48 hours of that article coming out, we then heard that the Buffalo Bills were talking to McGovern's team at, I think, the Combine, his agent. And then before you know it, boom, Connor McGovern signs for an extremely, extremely team-friendly deal. Off the top of my head, I think it was $13 million a year for 4 years is what I believe. But I don't want to misspeak here. I don't have all the information off the top of my head. I haven't looked at anything. 4 year, $52 million. Extremely team friendly. And he actually said in that article, like, listen, I want to be a Bill. But if they're not talking to me, I don't know what to think. Maybe I won't be a Bill. I don't know. I'm not sure. If they're not going to talk to me at all, I guess they don't want me around. But I don't need a shit ton of money. And then it came out afterwards, and I posted this on a video, which got a lot of traction, a short video. The man is an absolute freaking stud because he was quoted saying something along the lines of, what is an extra couple $1 million going to do to my life when my family's here? We love it here. We're grounded. We're planted. I love being a Buffalo Bill. If I get an extra couple million, is it really going to change my life that much? We decided for our family, no. And I'm staying in freaking Buffalo for a hell of a lot less than what the market says that I'm worth. Huge, because what happened a couple days later? Well, Linderbaum out of Baltimore signed with the Raiders for something like $27 million a year or some shit. Now, obviously, Linderbaum's a little bit different player. I'm not saying he's not better, but to be $14 million or something like that more per year AAV, my God, did it come out to be even more of a steal. So that was a huge win for the Buffalo Bills, retaining him. Now, they weren't able to retain David Edwards, who left. However, they were able to retain Connor McGovern, who was my choice the entire offseason. If I had to pick one of the two, I was always in favor of keeping McGovern anyway, not just because of the money, but because of the glue on the line in my mind. In my mind, that was my pick either way. Okay. That said, we then actually had to, and we still do have to figure out some roles. So we got our wide receiver one via trade. We let go of our nickelback. Well, traded him. We signed a nickelback to in response to that. Then we went out and got, I forgot about the biggest defensive other than Bradley Chubb. C.J. Gardner-Johnson gets signed as well. Huge move, in my opinion, bringing an attitude to the Buffalo Bills that they have not seen. I have not seen. We have not had in many, many years. He's a little bit of a, I guess, a pain in the ass, some would say. But you know what? For goodness sake, I am so in, and I want it so badly for somebody to go out there and give an edge to this team and be nasty and be ruthless and maybe intimidate some guys once in a while, or at least attempt to. Probably hard for, a 6'5", 270-pound rock to get intimidated by another human being. But C.J. Gardner-Johnson is a little bit of a dick, and I am so ready for it. For once, we're getting there, and we're going to have an edge. And I can't wait because it's going to be conducive to that of Jim Leonard and the style of defense, which he has said numerous times. And then players and other personnel have been quoted saying the Jim Leonard style defense is going to be aggressive. They move with Jim Leonard to a 3-4 defense, which we've shown film of. We've shown a lot of tape about or examples of 3 down linemen, 2-point guys on the outside linebackers, and your 2 middle linebackers. Odd personnel fronts. So with that, the idea of the offense having to adjust to the defense and not the other way around, which is what Sean McDermott, quite frankly, let's call it what it is, was known for. Very soft zone style coverage. Let's bend, not break, not give up the home run, keep everything in front of you, even if it means giving up 15 yards on 3rd and 7, which happened entirely way too often. How about we pin our ears back, get after the quarterback, put some pressure on him, make him make decisions really quickly and up front and early on in the play, make mistakes, go get the football, ball hawk, ball skills. The ball is ours, create turnovers. That's what Jim Leonhard is trying to do. And being that Jim Leonhard was hired early on in this offseason, right after Joe Brady, before the personnel moves started to come, is very, very indicative that Jim Leonhard also had a big say in who he wanted to be on his defense. Because all of these players that I mentioned, the Gardner Johnsons and the D. Alfords and the Bradley Chubbs even. Bradley Chubb is más o menos to me as far as matching up, even though Bradley Chubb has a lot of experience in the 3-4. He didn't seem like the twitchy, bendy type guy that I thought that Leonhard would have went after over him, but he's still a big, big plus to this defense, no doubt. And then even the Geno Stone, a depth safety. I know there's a lot of heat on Geno Stone, and I understand it, and I think that it's warranted. He had over 100 tackles last year, but he missed, maybe 600 tackles, which it is what it is. But he actually has some ball skills. He can get the ball turned over. He flies around the football field. He kind of matches the mold of what Jim Leonhard's defensive personnel looks like, in my opinion. Depth, folks. And I still think the Bills might even go after a safety in the draft, depending on who's available. And I wouldn't blame them. All right, so since then, we also signed our backup quarterback because Mitch Trubisky left us for Tennessee for a really nice contract. I forget exactly what it was, but good for him. He deserved it. I was really pissed off at Mitchie Biscuits last year in Week 18 when he just put up an absolute smoke show of a game against the New York Jets in Week 18. And I was really mad at him, actually, because while he was dissecting the Jets and putting up, 260 and 3 touchdowns, like a perfect quarterback rating, I was just watching because we were at the game. I was watching him going, what the fuck, man? I know you're trying to make yourself some money, which I can't blame you, but you're literally what you just did here tonight was caused yourself and all of us to not have you in a Bills uniform next year. So I was kind of mad. I got to be honest. I was kind of mad. Was anybody else feeling that way when you were watching the Week 18 Bills-Jets game last year? Trubisky literally should be, I almost want to say he should be starting somewhere in the league because some of these quarterbacks out there are fucking trash. And he's legit. So anyway, he got his contract and he deserves it. However, the Buffalo Bills in return lose him. So then we signed Josh Allen's best friend. Call it what it is. His golf buddy, Kyle Allen. He's back. So, as long as you're really good at golf and Josh Allen enjoys playing with you, consider yourself a contract with the Buffalo Bills. Maybe that's what I should try to do. Just find Josh Allen on the link somewhere. Lower my handicap by about 3 or 4 strokes, and maybe I can be the backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. What do you think? Anybody? I mean, it's kind of how it works. That's pretty much what happened. And that almost, for the most part, that kind of solidifies things here. We re-signed Tyler Bass. We re-signed Wisnowski. Tyler Bass actually took a pay cut. Wisnowski, I think, has a 1-year deal now with the Buffalo Bills. So, they're putting some things into play. But that was the offseason for the most part. AJ Epinesa just left us yesterday. 1 year up to $5 million. Unfortunately for him, it's with the Cleveland Browns. He'll be playing with Myles Garrett. Who knows? Maybe he can get something being next to Myles Garrett, Not next to him, but on the opposite side of the line. I don't know. We'll see. But that's kind of encapsulating the offseason thus far. There's still a lot of question marks. Yeah, there are. We got a lot of guys that are still free agents that hadn't signed anywhere else. A lot of veterans, a lot of linebackers, Trey White. A lot of names that we don't really know what is going to happen. And Reggie Gilliam, also signed with the New England Patriots. We lost Reggie Gilliam. That sucks. Hate to see that. But listen, good for him. He got a $4 million a year offer. I think it was only a 1-year deal, but $4 million, maybe it was 2. Or was it 3? It wasn't a 1 year. It was a multi-year deal, but good for him. We couldn't pay it. And I don't, as much as I love him, I don't know if I disagree with it, especially in the situation that the Buffalo Bills have been in, without any money to spend. And it's not because of Josh Allen. Throughout the entire offseason, there's also been multiple quotes of Bean and Joe Brady talking about, when you pay your quarterback $50, they all pay their quarterback $50+ million. It's dead cap monies, which we're like 9th in the league in right now with $46 million or something, dead cap. That's the problem. It's not the quarterback, okay? That Josh Allen is not the reason why the Bills have no money to spend. Not at all. It's dead cap. That I don't think we dead money. Actually, I'll do it right here, and I'll bring it up. I didn't even realize that I had this. Whoops. So here's the list of dead cap money. Far right-hand column is where it's filtered. Dolphins, $182 million. How's that for size? How you doing, Miami? Holy shit. Saints, Jets, Browns. Notice a theme here. All these teams are freaking horrible until you get to the Texans. Cardinals, Browns, Jets, Saints, Dolphins. Those are the teams with the highest dead cap monies in the NFL. That's a problem. That's a problem. And we're almost trending to be close because we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 10th at $46 million, like we said, of dead cap money. So anyway, that's the issue. It's not Josh freaking Allen, all right? It's not. Josh Allen is not the problem. It's just not. Okay, next, I want all of you, anybody that's here has to do me a favor. We did this yesterday. We're going to do it again. I want some more freaking responses, please. Then we're going to get into some comments as we're on Talking Point 2 coming up. So we just went through all of this offseason thus far and all the moves that have been made. If I forgot one, please, my apologies. Tell me, and we'll highlight it. I think I covered everything. I don't have any notes here. I didn't really get prepared for this, so I'm just going off of memory. So let me know if I missed one. Put down in the comments, out of 10 or a letter grade, what is Brandon Beane and the Buffalo Bills as an organization's grade thus far through the offseason? Starting, so this isn't all Beane, we're also talking Pagula, starting from as soon as the season ended, okay? I'm not just starting with free agency. I'm starting and including Sean McDermott firing, Joe Brady hiring, and all the subsequent coaches after that. Give you guys a few seconds here while I try to get through some of these comments. Give me your grade for the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, it's not just Brandon Beane because the man got promoted. He didn't promote himself, okay? Didn't promote himself. So it's the Buffalo Bills organization. All right. And while we're at it, while you're typing in all of your comments, please like and subscribe and follow this video. Like it, share it, give it to everybody because I'm giving away a jersey of your choice to one of the free agent signings or the trade recipients of the Buffalo Bills as soon as we hit 1,000. I know we're a little away from there on YouTube, but I got to think that we're going to get up there. If it doesn't happen within the next month or so, maybe we'll go to 500. If we get to 500, actually, I'm going to cut it right now. 500 subscribers is what we need on YouTube. So if you're on TikTok, I appreciate all of you. I love you too. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Once we get to 500, I think we're close to 300 now. Once we get to 500, jersey, a new Buffalo Bills jersey sent to you. Compliments of cold front Buffalo, baby. Random drawing, but you have to be subscribed as well. So be part of it. Let's go. All right, let's get some comments on YouTube, and then we'll get into the grades here. You did. But Schefter says, this is Dave from X, actually. Schefter says he will be on a team, and 26 teams have called him, so who knows? What? Oh, Wilkerson. Okay, yeah, so I did. I remember what I said. Okay, so it is. Yeah, that's what I thought, dude. Like, what was it, though? What I said, or what I read, said, must be something real horrible because no one's talking to him. Obviously, I have no idea what the hell happened, but he just, like, gone with the wind, and then no one's even talking to the man. A good player, too. Let's not. Bad memories. J Ham. How are you, J Ham? Kurganelli, sorry. Good afternoon, sir. How are you? Bills won that game. I don't like to blame reffing, but those refs suck. Yeah, it's true. Spuddy Munn said NFL about to hit reset on the refs. Okay, that's a topic that we must hit, I think, today as well. Not yet, okay, but let's get back into that. We'll talk about that briefly for sure because the NFL might be being reffed by the guy that refs your local high school football game this year, by the way. Spuddy Munns, I wish McD could have got us there. I agree with you. And again, I'm not saying it was the right or wrong move. I'm just saying it was a move as we recap the offseason. And I can only give the reasons that Pagula told us were his reasons, right? I mean, I can't be in his head. I'm not in his mind. I don't know exactly what he felt or thought, but that's what he told us he felt and thought. Steven DeLeon, I think Beane has this year to prove himself or else he's going to be the president, or he's just going to be the president. They're going to find a new GM. You know, that's a great point, Stephen. I have a video out when this first happened where I said, and I still kind of stand by this, even though they swear against it, the Bean and Pagula. I thought initially when I heard that move was that was a buffer and a layer in between him and getting fired. I thought he was going to get this role almost immediately, or at least before the draft and free agency, sign a general manager. And then when shit continues not to go well, there's another guy to blame in between him and hitting the road. Kind of a stinky move, but I thought it was an absolute possibility, and I hope it's not, but, we'll see, I guess. Thus far, though, he swears that he's going to be the GM as well, and the GM's not coming in. I might have to get him a McGovern jersey now for staying with less money. Exactly. Give him some of his salary back. If we all buy his jersey, he'll get a piece. You know what I mean? The Beers and Ball Show. What's up, baby? My man. Good afternoon. Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, appreciate you, Beers and Ball. I got to tell you, if you're still in here. So I tried the OBS thing. I started this stream with it, and I don't know, maybe my computer's just not strong enough or something. It was lagging. I had the nice ticker, and I had the little thing that, with the topics looking like around the horn or whatever the hell they call that shit. Pardon the interruption. And it didn't work that well. Everyone in here was saying it was choppy. They heard the audio great because it's its own input here with this mic, but the video was choppy. So maybe my computer, just a laptop, maybe it's not powerful enough for everything. I don't know. I'm not sure. Spidey Munns, boo Mitchie. I know, man. I'm with you. Love that guy. Love him. So upset to see him go, but he deserved it, and he earned every dollar that he's getting. Josh lives like 5 miles from me in Cali. Kurganelli said, wow, come on out and we will hit the link. Let's go, baby. I'm in. I'm out. I'm leaving now. Tell Josh I said, hey, Spidey says. My wife and I met him after his rookie year. He was surprised someone in Cali even knew who he was. Oh, wow. No, but he's from there. People don't know him there? B, like you said, dead as hell, and you get cornered. Dead as hell, and you get cornered. Not sure what you mean. Dead as hell and you get cornered. Not sure what that means, Beers and Ball. Let me know what you mean by that. A, for this year. Oh, I asked for the grades. Okay, B-. Like you said, dead as hell and you get cornered. Okay, B-. Fair. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, we're into these already. Kurganelli says A- for this year. D for 2029 dead cap. Yeah, right. 2030, I think Josh Allen has 20 or 84 million of dead cap right now. That's awesome. I try to convince my fiance to name our future son Joshua. Spidey, I hope that happens, bro. Let me know how you make out of that. And does that mean that you're due to have a son here shortly? Spidey, please tell me more about that. I have 2 kids, 2 sons. Obviously, you guys know that. But first, second, third, congratulations, brother. Coolest thing ever. And it's a son, so you obviously did the whole test prediction thing. Some people do, some people don't, but we did not for our first. I said no, I want to just feel it, and had a son. And then the second one, we were like, no, we're not going to find out again. And my wife couldn't wait this time. But I was going to, but she told me anyways. So now we have 2 sons. B- or 8 points. B- or 8.6. So, okay, good. So we got a B-, I think, an A-. We got another B-. Okay, I'm good with that. Getting a New Jersey this season for the new regime, and hope it turns things around. Been rocking the same one for okay, Spidey. Whose jersey do you rock, and what color is it? Bryce Wang, are you new here, brother? Appreciate you, man. Please say hello every time you're in here if you're not. C-. They're not doing anything bad, but nothing particularly special. Okay, fair enough. Dead cap. Oh, yeah. He said the B-, like you said, dead as hell. Yeah, dead cap as hell. Yes, it is. It's a problem. They can certainly come to bite you in the ass, and then you'll be one of these top 8 teams or 5 teams that are just in the absolute trash can all day, every day. I'll get with you offline to see what I appreciate it. We'll see. But I was trying, and I appreciate all your help, and it's been great. What do you think of the thumbnail, bro? AI, ChatGPT. First time I had a thumbnail other than me just like taking freaking photos and dragging them into something else on like Canva. I'm the worst thumbnail guy on the planet. But this one we had here was kind of made by ChatGPT, and it looks pretty fucking good. I had to tell it like no, like DJ Moore was like number 14 or something. I'm like no, and no, Chubb was 14. Anyway, I thought it turned out pretty decent. Appreciate the help, brother. No, not yet. Getting married in December, and then we'll be working. Okay, gotcha. I'm just getting ahead of myself. Got to be meant to prepare her for that, even if it's a girl. Josh Allen. J17 and the blue. Okay, gotcha. Thinking of rocking the red J17. All right, got it. Believe it or not, my kids have the Josh Allen. I do not. I'm not a huge jersey guy, but I have a few, and actually I keep them kind of more so just to like hang up, and you can see all these helmets and balls and stuff we have all over the place. Have a Josh Allen signed blue. I wanted a red as well, but they're more expensive. We got Thurman Thomas Hall of Fame signed jersey. The boys got Groot. We all have Coleman. We're a big Coleman fan. We all know this. James Cook, of course. Shakir. Milano's in the house. A lot of jerseys around here. Thumbnail so off. Hey, thanks. I mean, I don't know. There's not a ton of people in here. The timing might be a little weird. Today we're not having massive numbers, but I thought that thumbnail was pretty attractive and might have seen a lot of people. We'll see what it gets when the stream is over, after it's posted on YouTube. Okay. Oh, Spidey, you talking about the thumbnail, dude? You're just not like so different than the other ones, but I am just so, and thanks to the Beers and Ball, Beers and Ball show, he told me about it yesterday. I don't know. I'm not a digital guy. I'm not a graphics dude at all. I'm terrible at all that shit. So if you look at like all of our videos, my videos on the channel, that one sticks out like a freaking sore thumb because it looks kind of cool. All the other ones look freaking horrible. But they say got to grab the attention for somebody somehow. So hopefully that works out and does just that. And I'll continue to use it. But I'm gonna have to start paying you like Beers and Balls said, because I had to make adjustments and I got like 4 or 5 different photos or something created, and then it's like, oh, you reached your limit. You can't do it until 2 p.m. tomorrow. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, ChatGPT doesn't allow you to just hit the ground running forever. TikTok, sorry. Please, TikTok, I'm getting to you right now, baby. It's been a little while before we get back into the swing of our topics for the day, because we're going to be talking about who's going to have the best year for the Buffalo Bills in 2026-27. So everyone be prepared. That is what we're going to ask you next. And I'll tell you my gentlemen that I think are going to have big years. All right, tons of comments in here. Excuse me, TikTok. I apologize so much. He got destroyed over and over. Okay, who's the Bills' latest signing? The Bills' latest signing was most recent signing. I think was Geno Stone. I think was the most recent, or unless you want to call like Tyler Bash and Wisnowski signings. Or wait, did Kyle Allen come after or before Geno Stone? It doesn't matter. I think it was Geno Stone or Kyle Allen. Appreciate that follow though. Thank you, or T. Smith. I wouldn't mind seeing Milano and Shaq Thompson back. Yes, like we said, I actually think that they're both going to be back. I just feel that Shaq Thompson and Matt Milano, what does everybody else feel? By now, they should have been signed if someone really wanted to sign them. So I really do feel like it's going to present itself to where they stay a Buffalo Bill. When is Rich Stadium supposed to be torn down? Actually, Adam Nobles, great question. And I was actually told when we were there week 18 by one of the employees, again, I don't know if they know what they're talking about or not, but that it's going to be a few years. And we were told that the reason being that the current Ralph or Highmark Stadium, whatever you want to call it, that they used this past season, is staying erect so they can make sure that the new stadium presents itself and works as designed. That's what we're told. So it's not just because, they don't want to disrupt anything or it takes, so much to actually tear a building down and start a new one. But simply because they need to have a failsafe in the event that something goes catastrophically wrong. Now, someone in another city that has had a stadium rebuilt and then the other one torn down, locally to you, is this commonplace? It might be, and I'm not totally sure. But when a new stadium is being replaced, does it take them a few years to knock the old one down? I don't know. Unfortunato says the cap is an illusion. Howie Roseman is undeniable proof of that. You're right. You can obviously better GMs have proven time and time again that they spend more money than they have, and they push money down the road, and they're able to get out of that money. No question. But looking at the top 5 teams with the highest dead monies this year, they're all horrible, except for the Saints. I think the Saints are going to show up this year, but they are in a terrible, terrible division. So there's something to be said about that, right? I think there has to be. I'd say release Josh Allen, then get a QB out of the draft. Yeah, sure. Happy birthday, Shannon. Shannon says happy birthday to you, Ethan. It is raining over. Is it raining in Buffalo, Rochester? It's bad. So I'm not actually in Buffalo. We're in the Finger Lakes. We're south of Rochester in Schuyler County, the Watkins Glen area. I'd say release John. Yeah, we already read that. That's the dumbest thing you could say, Shannon says. I agree. And then Fortunato says, don't feed the trolls, please. And he's right. He's absolutely right. E says, go Bills. What's up, E? Go Bills, baby. Raiders are going all the way. I think the Raiders will be a strong contender within 3 years. I don't think it's going to be this year, but I think they absolutely have a chance to be up there in a few. Josh Allen had 5 turnovers. What are you talking about? He did, but I don't know. I don't know what that was in response to. I'm glad McClappy is gone. He couldn't get over the hump. Agreed. We could not make it happen. Gavin, go Bills, baby. McClappy was always in his head in the biggest moments. I would absolutely agree with that. And then the defense showed that the soft, don't mess up too badly type of defense is not what I like to see out of my team's defense. He says, damn, Josh had one bad playoff game and people are just saying anything. That's true, too. It's one bad playoff game. We went through this yesterday when we were on live a little bit. Josh Allen's playoff career is as good as anybody's statistically. Literally Patrick Mahomes. And if you add in rushing, statistically now, Josh Allen has a better career than Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. And if you don't believe me, look it up. We're not going to do it again today, but we did it. Watch the video from yesterday. It's 100% accurate. I'm not making that up. We're going to the Super Bowl. G4L. Let's go, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm with you. I love it. Let's go to the Super Bowl. And let's get you all a Buffalo Bills jersey. Okay? Subscribe and follow immediately. We're giving away a jersey at 500. We're changing it. I said 1,000, but fuck that. I want to give away a jersey sooner than 1,000. And then once we get to 500, maybe we'll do one every so often. So give me what you can. I appreciate you. Really do. I know I've said this before to everybody, but this is becoming extremely fun. We're becoming friendly with a lot of people throughout the country, a lot of similar interests. We're all Buffalo Bills fans. Well, no, that's not true. We get fans in here from everywhere, but we like to have a good time and talk football. And the fact that we get to do this is fantastic. So as we grow the channel, we need you to do it, and I appreciate all of you. Sabres are still a wagon, by the way. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go, Buffalo. I'm not a big hockey guy, but we're getting into it. We're probably going to have to take a trip. The family's not far, but we're probably going to have to take a trip. Go to playoff game. What do you guys think? Does Cold Front go to Buffalo Sabres playoff game, home game? If anybody's around there, is a big Sabres fan, please let me know. We'll come up, watch a game. Beer's on you. My question is, if you're not a Bills fan, why are you here? Your team must really suck. Shannon. Hey, Shannon, decent question. But we do appreciate everybody being in here. I actually kind of like when people come in here and are not necessarily Bills fans, and we get a nice conversation. Wait, not Milano, Epinesa, Gavin says. I'm not sure what you mean. Epinesa's gone. unfortunately. But Milano is not as of yet. Brady, I feel, was shackled by McClappy. The offense is going to be more aggressive. Fortunato, I tend to agree with that, and we've talked about that from time to time. I actually agree. I think that there might be some Joe Brady opening the floodgates, like we may have never seen. 100%, I'm agreeing. Possibility. I'm not predicting that necessarily, but I do think it'll be a different look of offense in some regards. Thoughts on the Bills telling Omar Cooper Jr. to attend the first night of the draft? Did I miss that? Down bad? They asked him to attend the first night of the draft? That's kind of crazy. If they're not picking him. And if they did tell him to do that, that might be very telling, but I have not seen that, so I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, where'd you find it? And let me pull it up here and let's look at it, because that's insane. E says we need linebackers bad. 100% we do. They need to address that. Absolutely. The defensive guru, McDermott, always had a shit defense. Bye-bye. My TV. I don't know what that, you were probably answering somebody else. He's a wide receiver. Truex is Omar Cooper. But did they really say that? Did they really tell him to go be there live for the first day? Play for the national champion Indiana Hoosiers. Good riddance to all of them except Cromer. God, I wish Cromer would stay a little longer. I agree with you there. Did they get a new staff that helps and rehabilitates the injured guys? So I think this was here's the thing. The Bills report card from the players about the front office and the coaches and the travel and the food and the facilities and the weight room and all this other stuff. One of the questions on that report card that was leaked out was training staff. And I don't remember exactly what the training staff itself was, but nothing was below a B- with the exception of the playing surface. So I would have to assume here that the Buffalo Bills players are not all that upset with how their training staff went about their business. Even though we had so many injuries, I don't think that the Bills players are routing that to the staff alone and the medical team. I really don't. But I don't believe they actually. Someone out there, correct me if I'm wrong. I actually don't believe that they did make changes in the training staff, but I could be wrong, Shannon. We're going to find that out for you here. He looked good in the playoff, Mays says. Who are we talking? Who are we talking about? I hope Bean gets back in the second round. There is depth there. We could get a starting D tackle. Hopefully it's a nose, safety, or even a one tech. Safety and wide receiver. I think it's a distinct possibility. I think that it's a very good chance that the Buffalo Bills do trade back and get multiple seconds for their first round pick, hopefully. The Bears gave up on DJ Moore. I think there was just too many chefs in the kitchen, so to speak, or cooks in the kitchen, whatever the hell that saying is. They got a really good wide receiver core, and I think he was just the last on the totem pole, and they could not spread the ball to that many people. That's what I hope. Panthers fan here. Y'all are lucky to have DJ. He will do great things with a good quarterback, Rachel says. I appreciate it, Rachel. Thanks for hopping in here. And I agree with you. I'm not saying he's done really well with some suspect quarterbacks in his career for sure, or very young quarterbacks. So we'll see, right? He's got the best of the best now, so we'll see. Go Sabres. The Bills will always be bad. Sabres edits. Stop that, Sabres. We're supposed to be on the same team here, man. Do we need versatility, Little Prince says. We have Shakir for slot and Kincaid as 10 We need deep threat. Well, McCall Hardman is still on the football team. DJ Moore still has some deep threat in him. He can still spread the field. But yes, I think a true, just let her rip guy is not a bad thing. Rachel, we love former Panthers. We've had like 100. Ain't that the truth? It's the cycle all over again. Hope in the offseason, regular season, but in the preseason, we're all depressed. Postseason, we're all depressed. Sabres edits. I can't disagree with you there. And yes, I am a positive man, and I like to think positively. So I am certainly going to look on the bright side, no pun intended. However, I'm also a realist, and I've been quoted many times saying when things are bad, I call it as I see it. So right now, though, you're absolutely right. I am excited as all hell. I can't wait. Buffalo wins it by 1 billion. Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. McGovern was the right choice. Agreed. Now they're the best team in their conference. The Bills did not even win the conference with Josh Allen. Who's the best team in their conference? Cole Irby, low key. Panthers might be better than the Bills. Oh, stop the madness. Stop the madness. Just because you get an older linebacker, I mean, he's good. Obviously, he's very good. But a linebacker and a good edge guy, stop it. Stop it. All of a sudden, stop. Yeah, 450 seconds. 4 out of 52. 450. Oh, right, McGovern. Yep. Thoughts on that Broncos-Bills game you saw? Kings Bang says. Just like every single game the Bills lost in the last 24 weeks or 24 games. Well, not so much the Chiefs. Just like they lost every game this year, if they don't turn the ball over 3 or more times, they win. That's just the bottom line. Bottom line. So, yeah, the mistakes were stupid, too, especially I blame Josh Allen 100% with his fumble right before the first half, or right at the end of the first half. That was just stupid. Where was he going? What was he doing anyways? Did he think he was going to run, scramble and run for a 65-yard touchdown? Those 3 points are game over. There is no overtime. Let's just call it what it is. Call it what it is. Okay, here we go. To do. Josh Allen will bring Buffalo a championship before he retires. Man, I hope so. Bills are going to fall off. Not yet, baby. Not yet. Away one of those 6 mistakes. We going away in regulation. Exactly. 100%. Exactly what I'm saying. I agree with you. The secondary and defensive line should be fine on paper. Linebackers need work still. Yes. Although I'd love to see Dylan Thieneman. I'm just going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. I know that you guys have been with me. I'm literally going to keep saying it until it happens. Dylan Thieneman, I take him no question if he's available at 26. Hey, Bills fan, you're not going to be the number 1 seat in the division. The Patriots are. Hey, Dawson Drew. Not true. Not true at all. Thank you, though. Appreciate you being in here. Give me a follow, would you? Thanks. Granny B. Wet. Jesus. Okay, I almost said what you typed. Keen says, hope it's finally all year. What's in Allen's 9th year? No FCA championship. Yeah, 9th. He's 29, going to be 30. Chuck Norris passed away. I heard about that, man. That sucks. It really does. Patriots are still looking better than the Bills. Okay. Buffalo every year, choking, kind of getting old. The Bills are just going to choke again in the playoffs. Doesn't matter about the moves. As a Jags fan, I have to ask why the hell did get Josh Allen 8-0 when the next week happened? Go Bills. RBP, go Bills. Josh goes down, Bills are cooked. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't argue that at all. Can't argue that for one bit. All right, on to the next topic. Who is primed for the best 2026-2027 season for our beloved Buffalo Bills? I'm going to tell you, you don't have to tell me. Here's I got a couple of people in mind. I think that DJ Moore is going to have a very good season because I think they're going to force him the football, no question. I think that Keon Coleman is also going to have a better season than we've ever seen. I've been on paper saying this multiple times for multiple different reasons, and I'm going to die on that hill. A lot of you, I'm going to get a lot of heat maybe for everybody that's in here, and I understand it. However, Keon Coleman is primed to have his best year yet as a Buffalo Bill, without question. And on the defensive side of the ball, Well, if Dalton Kincaid gets it stays healthy, I think he's a 10 touchdown guy. And then on the defensive side of the ball, which is mainly what I'm looking forward to this year, if I'm being honest with you. On the defensive side, we're talking I think Greg Rousseau is anywhere between 7 to 10 sacks. And then I think the same of Bradley Chubb. So I think between the two of them, they're going to have, I'll call it, roughly 20 sacks. And I'm really, really, really excited for a healthy Michael Hoyt. Now, Cole Bishop is also. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Somehow I muted my mic. My apologies. Cole Bishop has got another year under his belt, in which he played almost a Pro Bowl-esque or an All-Pro-esque style season, if I'm being honest with you. And I think he comes to play. I think he steps his game up another notch. I am slightly worried about our linebacking crew, for sure. For sure. I think that there's also big things to look out for Maxwell Harrison. CJ Gardner-Johnson is going to give us that edge that I was talking about. But if I have to narrow this down, I'm going one guy each on either side of the ball. The best seasons I'll give you, DJ Moore, Keon Coleman, and then Cole Bishop and Greg Rousseau. I'm sorry, Cole Bishop and Michael Hoyt. The surprising names, I'm also going to give you Keon Coleman. And I don't know if that's surprising or not. And then Deion Walker. I'm looking for Deion Walker to have an explosive season, especially if the Bills can figure out a 1-tech, 0-tech, nose tackle type position. If they don't ask him to sit into that role for as long as they have asked him to sit in that role, or longer, then I think that Deion Walker gets explosive this year. If he's more so outside in the 5 number, more so 4-eye, maybe 5-eye, I think he does some real damage. I think he gets after the quarterback. I think he has 6 or 7 sacks. I think the Buffalo Bills have the opportunity and the ability potentially to be one of the top teams when it comes to sacking the quarterback. I really do. Between Jim Leonard, the style, the 3-4, and then the personnel as well. And I'm not kidding. I don't know what you guys think there, but tell me your 2 players, one on either side, who are going to have the best season, and then one on either side that you think will have somewhat of a surprising or a breakout-ish style season, something that you might not be thinking of. But because of everything that we were just speaking about, those are my 4 picks. What say you? Kawhi Leonard fan, losing Reggie and Teron hurt, but we'll take DJ Moore. Yeah. Fortunately, I think it was 3-year. Yes, I think you're right. Actually, if you're talking about Reggie Gilliam, that's what I was thinking. B-. Dadpool. What's up, the one Dadpool? How are you, bro? Good to see you, man. D-? You're giving the Bills a D-? No, you're not. Is that really where your head's at now? Are you not happy at all? Oh, my God. Kawhi Leonard said C+. Dia, thank you for the follow, Dia. Really appreciate you very much. Hobbs, go Bills, baby. Circle the wagons, Levito. Circle the wagons. Go Bills, Emerald. My husband gifted me my first one of my favorite player for my birthday, Deion Dawkins. Love that. Love Deion Dawkins. Joel, appreciate the follow, Joel. Deion Dawkins' jersey is sick. JSM, do you think Buffalo will have a winning season? Yes, absolutely. Although their roster is horrible. Their schedule. Schedule is difficult, fellas and ladies. Favorite Bill of all time, Unc? Blessed Friday. CF Thomas. Favorite Bill of all time. I'm 39. Obviously, love what Josh Allen does for Western New York. I didn't get much time with, the Kellys of the world and Andre Reeds. I really I love LaShawn McCoy. Love watching that man play football. And Stevie Johnson just kind of changed things. So I'd probably say one of those 2 guys. But I didn't really get much time with the Jim Kellys, you know what I mean? In Allen we trust. Go Bills. Yeah, baby. Let's go. One grateful. Appreciate the follow, Jason. You all excited for DJ Moore? Harem Gumble says, absolutely. Jay asks, you got seats at New Stadium? Can't wait. I did not. I do not have season tickets. Do you? I'm jealous if you do. Gil, follow. Appreciate the follow. Shannon, absolutely. Yes, I live in, I think you might have heard it a little bit earlier, but I live in the Finger Lakes. It's called Schuyler County, just a little south of, well, barely. It's the southern tip of Seneca Lake. Bills Mafia rules here in San Diego. Yes, Gil, yes. Or Jill. It might be Jill, I'm sorry. Missing OJ a little more than usual today for some reason, Stegman. Russo is a contained guy, protect the edge and pressure the pocket, but not a sack artist. Fit or no? Absolute fit, Jay. He is one of the best rated edge guys against the run in the NFL. You're absolutely right in the contained aspect. But I actually think that with a legitimate pass rush, which I'm hoping we're having now when all of our guys get healthy, because remember now Eddie Oliver is supposed to be, he's going to be back too. Okay, so I think he actually group gets a little bit more open, and they can scheme him up some opportunities that I'm hoping he can take advantage of with his big ass frame. So I actually think that he's going to get, like I said, between 7 and 10 sacks. Playoff comment was about DJ Moore. Okay, gotcha. Thoughts on offseason? Yeah, we're going through them right now. Bills are frauds. Trench, Kid Ace. Bills are frauds. Hate the Bills. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming in here. It's a horrible, horrible thing to say. Horrible thing to say. But give me a follow. Would you appreciate that? That's where my cash at. Appreciate that follow. Thank you so much. I'm not sure 2 teams get in the East. Hey, listen. The schedule is difficult, and the AFC is looking bananas at the moment, does it not? Do we still have Shaq Thomas? Yeah, he's a free agent, but he didn't sign with anywhere. Jay says James Cook. Come on, dude, with Keon. Jay, I love you, Jay. I know. I told you I was going to get some heat. Okay, I get it. I am a Keon guy. I always have been. Hop on over to YouTube or even on TikTok as well and look through some of the videos. I've put plenty of evidence out there that shows why. That's all I'm saying. And watch. When the head coach comes out publicly multiple times and says the best thing to happen to Keon Coleman is the fact that I became a head coach, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that if you don't mean it? And if it doesn't actually mean something? I don't know. I'm just saying I'm holding Joe Brady accountable with that statement, but I am on the Keon Coleman bandwagon, and it's going to be very hard for me to get off. Dude, it is tough to be a Bills fan. Not sure how much longer I can take it. Tam Hanks. Just this year, baby. Appreciate the follow, TFI. Keon is not going to work, Tam Hanks says. Harrison better step up. Keon can't separate. Deion Walker is a tweener in the system. Rousseau has never had sacks. Okay. Deion Walker is a tweener in the system. You're absolutely right. We addressed that. And with the new defense, there is no such thing as tweener anymore. Rousseau has never had sacks. Not actually true. So that's fine. Keon can't separate. Not true at all. Not true at all. I know that's the narrative that gets pushed out there, but look at any kind of advanced analytics that you want about his separation, and he wasn't all that bad. Suckfish Racing. Wow, go Bills. Go Bills, baby. Nutty Roof, I'm sorry, but go Bengals. Hey, don't apologize at all. I appreciate you hanging in here. Thank you. Don't you apologize about a damn thing. Moore and Cook on O. Gardner Johnson and Dorian Williams on D. Surprise Harrison. Moore and Cook on offense. Okay? Yeah, so you think Cook's going to have another massive banger? I mean, he's fantastic. There's no reason to think that he's not going to have a big year without question. But, okay, so then Dorian and CJ Gardner. No. Okay, CJ and Dorian on D, and then your surprise is Harrison. Okay, I like the list, bro. I do. I love the list, actually. OJ. What's up, Cold Front? Soren, what's up, baby? Palmer is good. He was playing hurt last year. That's true. That's true. I don't want to say cap. He is not as bad as his numbers represented for him last year. I will give you that. That's a fact. I don't think he had a game over 2 freaking catches. So certainly a fact that he's better than what he produced last year. Absolutely. Suvan, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Slay Mom. Appreciate that. I feel like he was going to have a great game in Atlanta, but he got hurt. He started out hot. He had 2 catches like in the first 10 minutes or so, which is as much as he had any single solitary game, and then he lost out. And then he backed up. And not his fault, I guess, but we'll see. I think he's going to have a little bit more opportunity, especially if they're going to open up that offense like we think that they might, with Joe Brady not having Sean McDermott telling him to calm it the hell down. So I'm with you there. Remember now, 500 subscribers, we're giving away a jersey. Random winner. You got to be subscribed on YouTube. Random winner, giving away a jersey. Any Buffalo Bill of your choice as a new sign or a trade to the Buffalo Bills this off season. So please do me a favor and subscribe and follow immediately. Thank you so much. Josh Tina, that's a great point. Josh Tina. I've got a ritual of wearing the same thing. Just got the Nike Bills shoes around Christmas and started rocking those with my Fit MVP 17 shirt, Bills sweats, Bills jersey, Bills hat, and socks. Holy moly. Yeah, you got it all, baby. Good for you, Spidey. Keep it going then, baby. 6 rings in the house. Not Tom Brady anymore. It's 6 rings. It's 6 rings. Kevin Byard and Reggie is a B+. So that's for your team. That's for the Patriots. Got you there. Gotcha. Moore gets a B for me, not an A. Okay. I understand. So what would Waddle have been for you for the Buffalo Bills? Just out of curiosity. If Josh doesn't get a Super Bowl victory before his contract's up, I believe he will go to another team to pursue one, and I wouldn't blame him, and I still like him. I wouldn't blame him either, but I got to be honest with you. I don't know that he would do that regardless. Appreciate the follow, Frankie. Thank you so much. A. Frankie says A. The Bills get an A. Okay. I just don't think he'll do that. I really don't. Maybe. I just don't think he leaves Buffalo. I think Kurganelli says I think Kincaid eats this year with DJ Moore on the field at the same time. Can't argue. Really can't. We're going to have a scary defense if we put consistent pressure on the QB, especially with a healthy secondary. Harrison could have a great season too. Agreed. And I do think we put a lot of pressure on him. Samtha. How are you, Samtha? If you're new, please, welcome. I think you're new. I don't think I've heard of you before. Thank you so much for hopping in. Seriously. Appreciate it. Stevie's my go. Yeah, Stevie Johnson is amazing. SJ 12, 13, exactly 13. I want Groot to revise Bruce as a 2-4 right end. Revive Bruce, yes, 3-4. I get what you're saying, and I don't know that he'll do Bruce Smith things, but I think he's going to have a good year. Oh, you want to see him? He could be that 5 guy if Dino Walker goes more to the 3, but then where does Eddie Oliver go? They still need that nose. We need to get that nose tackle. Whoa, Brady did coach up the LSU. Yes, exactly. And he was with Pete Carmichael, the new OC for the Bills. Pez, no, never heard of him. Never heard of him, but I don't know. Tell him to stop me if he sees me out there and about, doing things. Waddle is trash. Glad we didn't. I'm nervous about Dobbs, A.J. Brown possibility. Yeah, that would kind of stink. Dobbs is a good player. Seeing them both would probably be even worse. That would suck. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Pez, go Bills. Yes, sir. Go Bills, baby. Samantha says, yeah, just so. Hey, I want to say Samantha. It says Samtha, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much for subscribing. Maybe you'll get that jersey. 500 is what we need. 500 subscribers. Come on, baby. Share this out to everybody. Tell everyone you know, please. Everybody you know. We're so close. We got to get there. We're going to get there sooner. How are you? What's up, Cold Front? Do you look at film or analytics more about Coleman? And I'm confused on why Joe couldn't help him like he said he's going to do this year. Yeah, a lot of film, and you can find that on this channel. Let me just get to my guy here real quick. Spidey, appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend, sir. We might be on over the weekend regardless, so I don't know if you do the whole YouTube thing on the weekend, but we'll see you soon. Appreciate the support. Go Bills, my brother. Go freaking Bills. And good luck with Josh Tina. All right? Good luck with that. Yes, I do. I absolutely watch a lot of film on Keon Coleman, and although I have a infatuation with him, and I think that he can do so much more, I also point out some of the negatives that everybody sees. So don't think that I'm biased one way or the other, and I will only point out good. Depending on which videos you watch, you'll find some, for sure. You'll find a little bit of the lack of effort type deal, and you'll find giving up type thing. But you're going to see what you're going to see a lot in the film that I at least break down for you on my videos of him are him being open a hell of a lot more often than him receiving targets. And I'm not saying 1 or 2 yards open. It's real separation. And it's legit. It's just not exactly where Josh Allen wanted to look all that often. And after the first game against Baltimore, I thought that he was going to have his season last season. So that's a great point. But to answer the second part of your question, my assumption, based on what I hear, read, see, everything, is that Joe Brady will actually have a more opened offense than Sean McDermott allowed him to have. We all know Sean McDermott's mindset, his mentality, and his approach to the game was more conservative. Don't screw anything up. Don't make horrible mistakes type thing. If it's make them make a mistake, we're going to put the pressure on them both offensively and defensively. If that's what Joe Brady wants, which he's alluded to the fact that that is more of what he wants, then I just see more opportunities going Keon's way. Now, is he going to have to capitalize? Absolutely. It's not going to be easy for him, but he's going to have to capitalize with the opportunities that I think that he does get. But seriously, yeah, I mean it. Like scroll through the videos or the lives or whatever. I think it's under videos. Find those Keon videos that I have with in my opinion, obviously, some pretty good reasons as to think that he's legit, or he could be legit. Bad things, Bruce Smith. Bad things, baby. Spidey got ahead. Oh yeah, we said that. Appreciate you, man. It's all good. My daughter's name. My tag is FKNG. Okay. All right. So it is Samantha, and I apologize about saying Samantha. So that won't happen again, Samantha. Appreciate you hanging in. All right. Keon also wins most of his 50-50 balls. Yeah, just this of New Orleans explosiveness. That's how we're going to be. They had a backup tight end running Wildcat. Yes. What's his name? Tyson Hill, right? Tyson Hill. Let's go, Brandon. 54-24. Let's go, Brandon. What's up, brother? Or sister. Not a political channel, but I hear you. I hear you. I don't think I've seen you around here. Appreciate you hanging in. KC just need to work. He has a shit ton of skills. I'm with you. I mean, he needs the opportunity, and he needs a little bit more confidence within himself and then from the organization. Now, it's very hard for an organization to give confidence towards you when you just simply don't go to a freaking meeting or you show up late when you're a grown-ass man making millions of dollars. I'm saying, like, I don't think that he needed to not be suspended and held back. He's done some stupid shit. I'll be the first one to admit that. So I'm not saying he's the perfect player or human. He's done some stupid shit. Like, you don't go to a meeting when you're getting paid millions of dollars to play football? That's I don't want to say horrible words, although I say them anyways. That is messed up. Get your head out of your ass, because the rest of us would love to get paid millions of dollars playing football, and I wouldn't miss a meeting. I wouldn't be late to a meeting ever. But physically and on the football field, he's got more than what he's shown. And he was put into a situation to be something that he's not, which is a true wide receiver one, which I don't think he is. I never thought he was. New to the channel, let's go, Brandon. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, subscribe, follow along with us, and we're trying to bring this thing into new heights, baby. Haven't been too long, only a few months, not even the full season of 2025. So we're this is our first off season, and we're loving it. We're having fun. We're building a little community here, which is awesome, and we just want to keep it growing. So if you can, please subscribe and hang with us and tell all of your friends. It was a group effort to get Sean out as head coach. Yeah, that's the way it seemed. It really does. It seemed like that was exactly what it was, and that overall was no one wanted there to be any blame or fault other than him. And listen, that's what happens. It's major league sport, right? It's the biggest sport in the world. I mean, soccer is obviously close, but It's just it is what it is type deal, and now we got to get over it and start with the new and see how we fare. But I got to tell you that the route that we did go after the firing does give me reason to be quite excited, if I'm being honest. And I know some people don't feel that, but to each their own. You know what I mean? Dwayne Watson, appreciate you, man. So this is 3 years ago. The salute to service. Somewhere here, salute to service hoodie. Every time we go up to a game, we go to multiple games a year. That's the one thing I buy myself. The salute to service hoodie. The year after this was the white camo, and then this past year was solid green, kind of like this as well, but not quite. Always, I'm a hoodie and hat guy. I'm a hat freak. You know how people are like our shoe freaks? I'm a hat bizarro. Thousands of hats lining up. I got to take a picture of a wall we got downstairs with all the hat. You know, see like this over my where is it? Over my shoulder. These hooks. We got some missing because we wear them. Just hats everywhere. Love hats. Love. Actually, you guys are on TikTok, so you can see these things. Wear these hats. So hat freak, hoodies and hats, baby. Thank you. If you saw how we played against KC with that healthy D line, yeah, our D line was top 10 when healthy last year. Yeah, I mean, and Oliver and Michael Hoyt played absolute bonkers football in the, 10 combined quarters they played together. Frankie J, check me out, the Mafia Blitz Show on YouTube, brother. Maybe we can collab. No problem, man. Frankie J, the Mafia Blitz Show. I'm looking now, my friend. The Mafia Blitz Show. The Mafia Blitz Show on YouTube. Right? Just got a buddy from the Packers world yesterday. Blitz Show that we might be able to collaborate with as well, but for some reason, why can't I find it here? Is that what it's called? Mafia Blitz Show? I can't find it, Frankie J. I'm typing it in here on YouTube. I just can't find it. Subin, and the draft, we need a speedy edge run, stuffing linebacker, maybe some O-line depth, and a speedy wide receiver. Speedy wide receiver, I think they're definitely going to try to attack. But he got hurt. Yeah, I would love to see us re-sign Brandon Cooks. We need a speed threat like him. I think they end up signing Brandon Cooks, if I'm being honest, to another like a year, maybe league or vet minimum, but maybe like $3 million. Let's go, Joe Brady. Dwayne says, do you think Ray Davis will get more touches this year? Possibly, but he's doing his thing. He is where he needs to be, in my opinion. All pro kick returner, getting his touches when needed, a little bit out of the backfield through the air, doing a little bit of everything. Ray Davis is a typical all-around stud. Oh, Kosher Check says, go Patriots, yeah. All right. We got Patriots in the building, baby. Apprehensive says, let's go. Sabres, Monica, go Bills, go Bills. And Sabres, of course, yes. Go Buffalo, period. You're absolutely right. Again, should I bring the family to a Buffalo Sabres playoff game? I think we might have to do that. You can look and tell he was a tyrant. Who's this, McDermott? Yeah, I mean, quietly and softly, but possibly. I'm not saying he was or wasn't, but possibly. Landon Jackson was I don't think that's going to work out, folks. I agree. LV Hoyt is a must this year. I also have film on him, so I know he's easier to be on his side than Keon Coleman. But I also have some film breakdown of Michael Hoyt, brief, not as much as Keon. And the things that man did in his short period of time are just outworldly. They really are. They really, really are. Next topic, folks. This is what we're going to do before we call it a day. We are going to do ourselves, and somebody tell me which one. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to use which one am I going to use here? We're going to do a quick mock draft, okay? And we are going to use, just trying to think of the one that, bear with me. We're going to do a quick one. For some reason, I literally am forgetting the damn name of the website. The guy on X that I use, I signed up for it too. Oh, here we go. Thank you. We're going to use sticktothemodel.com. Excuse me, and we're going to do ourselves draft simulator. I need all your help. Let me know who you think. We're going to go. Just going to share my screen. Thought I was going to share my screen. Oh, yeah. All right. This is a great website. If you have not been over to this website and you like to do these types of things, please, by all means, get over there. And take a look. So you can do many, many things on this website. You can do just a mock draft, which is what we're about to do. You can also be a GM mode, which is all off-season moves, re-signs, restructures, trades, the whole night, free agency, the whole deal. You can do that. You can do basically an entire offseason, which is really cool. Running out of my drink, that's a problem. Got some in here. But if you want to just do a modified mock draft only, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go 3 rounds, actually. Buffalo Bills. So I picked my team here, right? We're going to start a draft. You're controlling one team. I'm obviously not going to pick for the entire NFL. It'll take us forever. But chime in if you would like. Just like Lino TV says, if Chris Bill ain't your wide receiver choice, your mock is an F. Oh, baby. All right. Setting me up, brother. Setting me up, my friend. Let me just make sure we're not missing. Yes, we already talked about who the best player, who's primed to be the best. All right, so here we go. Start your draft. Now, once you start your draft, if there's any kind of trade implications or trades that are being simulated to come your way, you'll see this just down here below trade. Okay? I love this website. I really do. All right, now, you see this? I'm sorry, not below. This is now bouncing. See, Trade Center. It's a Buffalo Bills pick. I don't have any time on it. 5 trade offers that come our way. Whoa. I don't know what just happened there. Everybody got me? All right. So there was 5 trade offers that came our way. Now, I know if you've been hanging with me here for any period of time, you see this name on the top, and it's very, very, for me, it's over with. And I've done many of these mocks, and I'm going to be honest with you. This man has ended up available at 26 more often than not. But then every mock you see from the gurus on television, they all have Thieneman going 18 roughly to Minnesota or somewhere before the Buffalo Bills. Now, the names that stick out that are, let's see, let's just go through this. Mendoza, of course. Whoa. Tate, 2nd. Arvar Reese, 3rd. Bailey. Wow. Jeremiah Love, 5th. Okay, yep. Okay. Mansour Delane. Okay. Sonny Styles, 8th through. Man, I'm just seeing what I'm looking at here. I just want to know what I'm looking at. Jordan Tyson, 11th. Caleb Downs, 12th. Mekhi Lemon, 13. Whoa, that seems a little early for me. Peter Woods, okay. Kenan Sadiq, love that guy. Javon McCoy. Yeah, okay. Spencer Fenn, okay. Avion Terrell, Ty Simpson, 19. So they traded up. The as we can see here, the Jets traded up with the Panthers to pick 19, and they gave them 33 and 44 for 19. They really, really wanted. Now, here's the thing. We're going to see what other teams are offering us, but I thought that was a potential, and some friends of mine here on this space, have also felt that the Jets were a potential trade up or trade back opportunity for the Bills at 26. But that's if Ty Simpson would last to 26 and if the Jets think that he would. So let's see what teams are offering us. Can you guys see this clear? If you can't, please let me know. Because I can't really do much. Whoops. Yeah, I can't do too much to zoom in on this screen. Anyway, all right. So the Cardinals are giving us pick number 34 for our 26th pick, plus a future. What does that future look like? A 27 second round pick. Now it's pretty cool here because it gives you what they perceive as good or bad value. This says 124%. They said we're getting 207 points or giving away basically 224, net difference of 54. You know, okay. Let's see. The Colts offer us the 47th and a 2027 second round. So that would be completely out of the picture. Because if we wanted a 27 second, we can get the 34th instead of the 47th. The Giants are 37 plus a future second round pick. So I'm going to bang that out. Oh, here we go. San Francisco gives us. Wow. San Francisco is giving us the 27th pick and a second round in 2027 to give them the 26th pick. Now, who does San Francisco need? Or who would they have their eye on? It's got to be Thieneman, does it not, folks? And Seattle as well offers us the 32nd and a 27 second round for number 26. All right, I'm just going to tell you right now. I just want to make sure. Apprehensive appreciates you. Chuck Norris can beat the Bills. It's going to be interesting to see how the changes work out exactly. B-Money, baby. Thank you for the foul. The Falcons are trading for Eagles safety Sidney Brown. Dude, imagine the Sabres win the Cup and then a year later the Bills win the Super Bowl. Well, to your point, B-Money, a psychic, I think it was in 2018, came out and put a post on X that said that exact thing will happen this year. 6 or 7 years ago. Vikings trade JJ for Josh Allen. Put on your T-shirt. Yeah, okay. All right, so, folks, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to tell you what I would do, all right? And I've told myself this a long time ago. But I would tell you what I would do. This was also, my opinion, started prior to Gardner Johnson and Geno Stone coming over. Geno Stone makes no difference to me. CJ Gardner Johnson makes somewhat of a difference. I still feel the best player by far is right here, Dylan Thieneman. However, what I'm going to do, well, unless you guys tell me otherwise, I also don't mind myself some Cassius Howell. So, what I would do is go get Dylan Thieneman because I tell myself if he's available, you must take him no matter what happens. However, if we go from 26th literally to 27th, and we get a second rounder in 2027, and we can still get the opposite between Cassius Howell and or Dylan Thieneman, because I think that, man, McNeil Warren still up. We don't pick, though. We don't pick, though, yet until 91. So I would have liked to have seen 2 picks this year. So why don't we do that? Tell me what you want me to do. All right. I probably would have picked Dylan Thieneman, which I've done in many, many drafts. But in this instance, I think I would. Excuse me. Let's ask these boys. I don't think it's going to work, but except I can't. Oh.
Oh, yeah, let's counter. Why don't we go... $27 and $50. I don't know if they would do that, but why don't we go $27 and $58? Does this make sense to you? And see if they would do it this year for us instead of next? I mean, either way, you got your choice. It's just a matter of Dylan Thieneman if he's gone or not. So, okay, I got a couple of here. James Rome says, James, how are you, James? Appreciate you hanging. Excuse me. Trek Reviewer says he would trade back. I don't think you don't. James Rome said he will pick Messidor. Who, me? Do it with San Francisco. I don't know what happens here if they just completely tell me to pound sand or if the original offer will stay in place. But I'm going to do this first and second. Trek Review. I'm going to see what they say. They're probably not going to be doing this. Trade rejected. Okay. We need more compensation to move down to this position. Okay. So how do I get back? So is that gone then completely? No, it's not. So then why don't we do this, and maybe our fifth? Poor value, but they went, what? Okay. All right. So they're not going to do it. So for the sake of argument, I want to see what we'll do if we accept this San Francisco 49ers trade. Who did they take? Oh, my word. They took Howell. Boys and girls. Holy moly. All right, so you know what I would do. So San Francisco 49ers took the 26th and then gave us a second for next year and the very next pick because they thought we were going to go after Howell. I think we made out there. Now, again, what would you like to see? I'm now definitely going to take Dylan Thieneman. Sorry. I know it doesn't make everyone terribly happy, potentially, but we'll check the new trades. All right, so it gave us a big move that we just made, of course. Then it only gave me a B plus for the Dylan Thieneman pickup. But, okay. All right, so we're going to attack. I want to look at defensive line, interior. Well, let's just see all. All right, we got one trade offer. Pick 91 for 18 and 128. Excuse me. Pick 91 for 118 and 128. I don't know if that's really in my wheelhouse here. Let me see. This is all. Unless you guys think we should have made that move, which I really don't. I mean, I guess it's possible, but Yeah, I'm going to go here. Let's see what we have. Oh, my gosh. I actually had Zane Durant a month ago or so, or being one of the sleepers of this draft, in my opinion. I also like Keenan down here pretty decently, but we don't need to take him now, of course. Maybe I do add picks. What do you guys think? I'm not really I'd almost wait for a king right now. Oh, there's Red Murdoch, huh? That's late. I think I'm going to accept that. Trade. What do you guys think? I'm accepting the trade again. I'm getting more picks. I'm just going in depth here. Yeah, all right, 118 and 128. Well, what happened here? Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what? It cut me off because we only did 3 rounds. It cut me off because we only did 3 rounds. Oh, boy. Well, I apologize about that. I think that's one. All right, so listen, we're going to go to – all right, they gave us an A minus for our work that we've done, but we picked up the guy that I've wanted for months now while receiving a second round for next year, and then we picked up also 118 and 128 for the 91. I don't think we left anybody. If I'm being honest, I'd like to. I wish it would. I mean, I get it. It's over. But I wish that I would be able to get into a little bit more about, and this not Giants top teams here. So we're top third or so. I wish you would give me the guys left. We'll do a longer one. We'll probably get into a full draft, to be honest with you. Maybe it's this weekend, maybe first thing next week. I'm not totally sure, but until then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a night. Sorry about that, fellas. I literally didn't. I wasn't thinking because it cut us off at 3 at the third round because we only did a 3-round draft. So clearly, when I give away my 91st pick for 118 and 28, that didn't help us too much. But here's the deal. Here's what I hope that the Bills get. All right. I've always said Dylan Thieneman. I do think that there's more depth moves in this draft than there is top end talent. I mean, call it what it is. That's my opinion here. If they have a chance to be able to draft back, then I think that they should. Unless there's 1 or 2 or 3 guys maybe that end up at 26 that we didn't think or they didn't think would originally. Other than that, I think you gather your picks. You don't have a whole lot. Gather your picks to get you some depth, especially if you're going to sign some guys to some 1 or 2 year deals, which you've already shown because their defensive backs this year that they signed were both the safeties are 1 year deals. So now D. Alford had multiple year deal, but I believe that Gardner Johnson is also on a 1 year. Am I wrong here? Let me verify. But Geno Stone definitely is. And then Gardner Johnson, 1 year, $6 million. So you need depth in that position, and I think you all know what I think about Dylan Thieneman anyways. I do like a couple of the nose tackles that are out there. One from actually I think it's Texas Tech. And we were just talking about Lee Hunter, I believe Lee Hunter. I really like him if he's available. That's a really big must for me. Yes, if you're going to get a wide receiver, you got to get a stud if you're going to go early. I just heard today that there was a 30 visit with Mr. Boston, and that I think it was Mr. Boston, right? David Boston with the Bills. So that might be something that's floated. I mean, there's depth guys like Josiah Trotter, right? Is his name, linebacker. I mean, there's a lot of different directions the Buffalo Bills can go. This is what I would do. I would draft stock myself up, and I like getting a second. If I only went back down 1 pick, I don't see the 49ers doing that. However, that's what I'm doing if I'm the Buffalo Bills. Either way, we'll do this again. This is mock number 1 that we've done publicly, and we'll continue to do more, but always looking for feedback as well from you. So I appreciate all of you and everything that you've done for this channel and us thus far, and keep it going. Follow along and subscribe if you haven't. Like I've said, once we get to 500 subscribers, we're going to be giving a random subscriber a giveaway, a jersey of your choice, so long as it is one of the new additions to the Buffalo Bills this season. So appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. We'll be on soon, I'm sure. I'll let you know. Stay in line, get the notifications on there, so anytime we come on, you know. To all the new people like Samantha here, appreciate you. Hello and welcome to Cold Front Mafia. We will talk to you guys soon. If you need anything from me, you know how to get me. But we'll talk to you guys later on, all right? Go Bills, baby. Cold Front.